Hello friends, welcome back in material science lecture. Till now what we were discussing heat treatment of steel, in which we have discussed annealing, normalizing, that was softening processes, and in hardening we have studied carburizing, nitriding, cyaniding, flame hardening and induction hardening. Today we have to understand what is Aus-tempering and Mar-tempering, and why they are called hardening process, and what type of hardness we are getting from them, and how they are different from case hardening processes which we have earlier studied. What were the case hardening processes? Carburizing, nitriding, cyaniding, flame hardening and induction hardening. These were case hardening processes, and Aus-tempering and Mar-tempering were the hardness increasing processes, in which hardness was increasing throughout the specimen or sample given to us. Okay, so firstly we will study Aus-tempering, and then we will study Mar-tempering. Okay, this is part 5 of the heat treatment of steel processes chapter. Okay, let us move on to our Aus-tempering process. We have also studied tempering. So we have to study Aus-tempering and Mar-tempering. They are hardening processes, but they are called tempering. The suffix word is tempering because the process is somewhat similar in nature in tempering. What we were doing in tempering process. That is why they were also called as Aus-tempering or Mar-tempering. It is different, very difficult to differentiate whether they are tempering processes or hardening processes, but they have been kept in hardening process just because they increase the hardness of the given specimen comparatively. Okay, so what is Aus-tempering? Aus-tempering is actually a process in which we produce bainite. Firstly, remember this: it is a process in which we produce bainite. It is done for medium and high carbon steel. Means it is usually performed on medium and high carbon steel. This process is performed on high and medium carbon steels, and especially means generally widely very much done for tool steels, which are slightly on the higher carbon side. Okay, it is generally done, no, mainly, not mainly or generally, but widely done for. So what we are doing in austenite or Aus-tempering is we were quenching austenite form of eutectoid steel. Okay, or we can take other forms of steel also, but we were taking here is eutectoid steel, or we can take a closer form of eutectoid steel, means in which carbon percentage is closer to 0.8% of in which in steel in which uh, carbon percentage is closer to 0.8%. Okay, what we are doing here is we are quenching it fast up to a temperature which is below the nose of TTT diagram of perlite formation, and above martensite formation temperature. Okay, so what we are doing is here we are quenching it up to that temperature which is below the triple T diagram, below the nose of the triple T diagram of perlite formation, and above the martensite formation temperature. Okay, so we are quenching austenite steel in Aus-tempering up to that temperature which is below the triple T diagram nose of perlite formation and above the martensite formation temperature, then holding it there to isothermally for a certain period of time till the structure forms till the structure form which is called as bainite. Okay, so up to bainite formation we hold it there isothermally. So okay, bainite has a different microstructure than perlite, although it has the same phases of alpha iron and cementite, but perlite has alternate layers of alpha plus Fe3, but bainite has fine needles of Fe3C in alpha iron matrix. So that is why perlite is different from our bainite. How it is different? Perlite has alternate layers of alpha iron plus cementite, that is Fe3C, but bainite has fine needles of Fe3C in alpha matrix. Okay, what is the what kind of a microstructure bainite has? Bainite has fine needles of cementite in alpha matrix, but perlite has alternate layers of Fe3C in alpha. Perlite has alternate layers of Fe3C and alpha iron. Okay, so let us understand this process in much more detail with the help of a diagram of TTT. Okay, so this is temperature time transformation curve of eutectoid steel in Aus tempering. If we follow this line, means this zone is stable austenite. Okay, if we are cooling it very slowly, okay, and following this line, this is time here, this is temperature. Okay, this is eutectoid temperature, that is 723 degrees Celsius. Above this stable austenite is here. So if we cool that austenite very slowly with respect to time, we are getting perlite. Okay, this is perlite formation. But what we are doing in austenite, okay, I'm going to tell you in few seconds. uh, Firstly, understand that if we are cooling it very fastly, austenite, like we are quenching it, austenite, uh, stable austenite, we are getting martensite here. If quenching takes a very less time, that is why time difference is very less here. So what we are getting is martensite, which is very hard and brittle in nature. This zone will give us bainite. We'll see how it is giving, how the tempering process is taking place. But this line, if we are taking very much time to cool the austenite, we are getting light here. Okay, now let us understand how we are getting austenite, how we are performing aus tempering process. We were getting here beer light like this. If we are quenching it up to this temperature, which is below the nose of below the nose of TTT diagram, and but above the martensite temperature. So this is above the martensite formation temperature and below the triple T diagram nose temperature. Okay, above it we are getting perlite, but up to here we quench it, that is very fast cooling. After that we are holding it at that temperature till the bainite forms. Here we are not getting perlite, we are getting bainite here. Okay, so till the bainite formation we hold it there at at this temperature isothermally to form bainite. I already told you what difference between perlite and bainite. The microstructure forms here is, though the phases of perlite and bainite are same, both have cementite and alpha iron. Okay, but bainite has fine needles of cementite in alpha matrix. Okay, so what are the advantages bainite bears over perlite? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Advantages include higher ductility at high hardness, means hardness is increasing according to uh, complementary to hardness. Ductility is also increasing because in tool steels we need that kind of a advantage to perform. Okay, because they are under very fatigue loading. So that is why in fatigue loading, if you have a brittle material, it may get suddenly break. Okay, but if you have a hard ductility at high hardness, you may perform easily that operation without any failure. Okay, so it also increases strength and ductility at a given hardness. Okay, greater fatigue life and less distortion and cracking. Because of high hardness we are getting less distortion and less cracking because of ductility. If the material was brittle, it will get cracked easily. Okay, so our next process is mar tempering.